What good is dirt if it doesn't listen to its creator? Just walking around hurt, looking for toxic alerts from a hater, hating everything that y'all loves. We forget that these gifts come from above. Dirt that obeys is good for growth, allowing Yah to breathe life into its way, crocheting His image within your DNA. Beloved, your purpose, vision, and call is above the doubt, ignorance, and fall. What does the Bible say about being proactive versus reactive? Listen, I have much knowledge in this subject through experience. I was one of those who would wait until the last minute to accomplish a task. I could have all the free time for leisure or whatever I could think of because I knew that I could get it done in time. I learned a bad habit of procrastination early. I figured out my skills of wordplay, writing, and poetry were so good that I could finish it all before a deadline. Many of you are the same way, whether it's money management, work, your dreams, or even all of the above. So let's deep dive into proactive versus reactive. Proactive is acting in advance to deal with an expected change or difficulty. It's the coming together of two words, pro, which is Greek for before, and the Latin word activus, meaning to go. Reactive is to act in response. In the context of the Latin prefix re, it doesn't mean to do again, but to turn back to do it. If you're reactive towards one thing, what else can you be reactive towards? What I'm saying is good for the soul, but is there any spiritual implications or spiritual validity to my topic? Well, let's start out with 3 biblical examples before we get into application. Queen Hadassah of Persia was informed about a plan to eradicate the Hebrews, her people. She understood the moment and implications of what she could possibly do, while being literally close to the king. She exercised proactiveness and had her people fast for her for 3 days. Instead of turning on the bed on this decision, turned towards righteousness and acted upon it. Samson was a man who loved the women of his enemies. He couldn't get enough of them. He fell in love with the woman who didn't love him. His lust gave way to deceit, and his reactiveness led to his downfall. Peter wrote in 1 Peter 5:8, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour." We must always watch those around us and stay on our guard. Samson's sin brought his guard down, and his flesh handed out a deep secret onto his enemy's ear. Instead of getting up and going home, he lay in the lap of a Philistine woman and lost his strength. When the Philistines came, he thought to himself, I would defeat them like I always do. Reactive. Joseph told the Parah of Kemet to store about grain now, because a famine is coming. Joseph's proactiveness not only saved the people of Kemet, but saved his whole family. Joseph, being righteous or in right standing with Yah, was in the right position to save the known world. Where are we today? Are we walking proactively to hear the voice of God and be a light to the world? Paul wrote in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not grow weary while doing good." What is good? Good is being obedient to God's law, command, and statute. Good is being obedient to what the Spirit of God says to you to do. Good is staying in your word, praying to Abba, and walking upright in order to give an answer when asked why you do what you do, why you believe what you believe, and to help your neighbor when you see them in need. That's proactive. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Being reactive causes us to be stagnant and lazy. We will pray with our tongues and cheeks, but never with our hands and feet. Yeshua granted us grace to be proactive. We are no longer slaves to laziness, which Proverbs shows that God hates. We are now awakened to wisdom by fearing the Lord and doing His will. Bye, friends.